What is the difference between Draconic Wicca and the Dragon's Path? The Dragon's Path is something that you take for yourself. It's a very personal story that you take. Draconic Wicca is all that surrounds you, of everything that surrounds you, your energy, everything that you discover. You know, Draconic Wicca and the Dragon's Path can be very different from each other, but there are also very much similarities. That is why it always starts with your path, that you become awakened, and you will see that you have a path that you have to take. And in Draconic Wicca, you eventually see everything surrounding you. In Draconic Wicca, you will see what you eventually are. So there are several differences between Draconic Wicca and the Dragon's Path, and it starts with the Dragon's Path. It all starts, my brothers and sisters, with discovery of what the Dragon's Path is. Discovery on everything. Your soul, your energy, will be much more awakened. And so everything will be new for you. So in this case, everything will be a new discovery. And that is exciting, you know, that you can discover new things, these new things about yourself, about your own spirit, your own interests. Everything is new. That is why in the Dragon's Path, it all starts with discovery. And in Draconic Wicca, it all starts with what surrounds you, with what is, you know, it's actually, Draconic Wicca comes from all over the world. From every corner of the world, the dragon used to be worshipped in every single way. And we are trying to do this once more, because Draconic Wicca is dragon worship. And that is eventually what we do after we are awakened on the Dragon's Path. And we don't worship them in a religious way. We worship them like they are some kind of a mother or a father to you, because that is how they feel. That is how they feel on your Dragon's Path. But in a traditional way, you will feel it much more that you're supposed to worship them, but how you worship your parents in the same way, or how you worship your loved ones in the same way. And it's a totally different kind of love than, for example, in religion. So in Draconic Wicca, we will teach ourselves, and the dragons also as well, to do rituals. And that is not included in the Dragon's Path. You don't need to do rituals inside of your Dragon's Path. But in Draconic Wicca, as a Wiccan, you will teach yourself, or the dragon will teach you to do rituals. And not rituals that is specifically done, but rituals that is always there from your heart, from your desire. You will be taught by the dragon and your instincts how to do rituals. What are rituals? Rituals are movements and specific ways to connect with the dragon. So, for example, I do rituals with candles, and so every time when a candle starts to flicker much more, it depends that the dragon is very close. So rituals as well, for example, if I want to breathe inside of the mouth of the dragon to give energy to the dragon in a very ceremonial way, that is a ritual that you can take. But don't take my word for it. You can take your own rituals into this, and that is exact what your dragon wants. But it's underneath the Draconic Wicca. It's what Draconic Wiccans do. We do rituals and we do dragon worship. On the Dragon's Path, on the other hand, we are evolving. We are always growing inside of our Dragon's Path. What the Dragon's Path is one gigantic puzzle, putting the puzzle pieces together, and every time when one fits to each other, then we discover much more about ourselves. Because inside of this puzzle, you will see, when the puzzle is more finished, you will see much more of the dragon and yourself. You will discover who you are, and that is eventually what the Dragon's Path is. To discover your draconic self, to discover and always learning, always evolving, and always try to know what is going on. And that is what we all want to know, and that is why the Dragon's Path always starts from the moment that you are awakened. The Dragon's Path begins in fact, it begins from the moment that you are born as a human being here on Earth, with a sleeping draconic spirit. And it starts especially starts once the moment that your dragon is there to touch your spirit and gets it awakened. and it's going to be very, very personal. And that is, what is also very important is that you can sense and feel and can need your past and present. The past and present of your draconic spirit and energy needs to be known on the dragon's path. It's your story of your past and your story that needs to be known from your past, from your spirit, and your present as well. What is the here and now? That is also very important. What happened and what is. And what you are, of course, to discover what you are and what you can do and what can be awakened when your spirit is awakened. That is the dragon's path, and that is the difference between Draconic Wicca, that it's about rituals and dragon worship. It's about witchcraft, my brothers and sisters. Witchcraft is a way to help you use the magic. The dragon's magic is the oldest form of magic, so sometimes you need some help with it. So what really helps me, for example, is images from the dragon. And that is also a part of Draconic Wicca. It makes us a witch. It makes us a Wiccan. Also, that is a difference, Wicca and witch. But in a Draconic Wicca, it's a draconic kind of Wicca, like DJ Conway said. We are in fact not really Wicca, but we are witches. We are using magic and witchcraft, in this case draconic witchcraft, and that is not the same thing as that a lot of people use in witchcraft, that is just witchcraft to worship the triple goddess. No, in this case you worship the dragon gods themselves, like Tiamat and Fafnir and Leviathan. And of course, in Draconic Wicca is also very well known that we are very close to nature, so that we also kind of worship nature as well, and to be one with nature, because dragons themselves, especially the dragon gods, we recognize them as the elements of nature. That why is a dragon breathing fire? Because people thought they are breathing fire, but in fact they have all 4 elements, all 5 elements within them. And that is also what you can discover within Draconic Wicca, that you have your dragon, all the dragon elements inside of yourself. And and how do you know actually that Draconic Wicca is not your path? It's very easy. If you don't care about dragons, if you don't feel anything draconic, if you don't like dragons, if you think these beings are ugly, then it's very easy, then this path is not yours, because that is what is the difference between us and other people who also follows Wicca. We are really, really connected to dragons. And why is that? Because you have a spirit within yourself that is really looking for himself. Your spirit, yourself, is really trying to search who they really are. And that is why you are so confused whenever you are following the dragon's path. And of course, like I said, nature is very important on the dragon's path. Nature in itself, all the dragon gods are the embodiments of the elements itself. All the dragon gods are so close as well to you. And of course, the biggest difference of Draconic Wicca and the dragon's path is in Draconic Wicca, it's all that surrounds you, and you feel that, and you want to keep on feeling that, and you want to also to manipulate it so that you keep on feeling it, so that you use rituals, or that you use witchcraft, that you use your pagan aspect to know much more knowledge about how you feel your surroundings. Your dragon by your side is a part of Draconic Wicca, and your dragon god as well. But on the other hand, the dragon's path is what you are, and your dragon's path is what you can reach out for. The dragon's path is a journey that you take for yourself. It's going to be very personal, wherever past and present is going to be very important to know and to remember. It's all about evolving, and it's all about your draconic self. The Draconic Wicca is about the dragons by your side that you can feel and manipulate, so that you manipulate the energy, so that you can know who they are, and what you can do, what you can eventually do with this. In Draconic Wicca, we use magic. We try to manipulate it so that we can use magic. In the dragon's path, we don't need to use anything. We can keep our mouths shut like the dragons themselves and use magic with just using our instincts and our our energy, our new energy that you can feel once you are awakened. So these are actually the differences. Draconic Wicca is about rituals, dragon worship, pagan aspect of it, witchcraft, magic, nature, and what surrounds you. The Dragon's Path is about self-discovery, evolving, your draconic self learning. It's a personal story that you can tell. It's all that you have to know from your past and present, from your spirit, and of course, it's about who you are and what you are. The Draconic Wicca is more about your pagan background and that you know who is surrounding you. And your Dragon's Path, is the moment that that you accept who you are. And your Dragon's Path is accepting what you are and what you can do as well. So in the first moment in Draconic Wicca, that is the reason why I call myself a dragon witch. We are a draconic witch, a draconic Wiccan, you can say. It's not the same like in Wicca. It's not at all the same thing. It's very different from each other. It's much more open. It's not a religion. It's more like a personal spirituality. And the Dragon's Path is even more personal, that you really are evolving into a draconic energy within your own spirit. So that is a bit like the differences between it. So in Draconic Wicca, you can do rituals. You can do rituals, and eventually, in Draconic, in these rituals, you learn much more so that your Dragon's Path can continue. So in a way, we can be both of them. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.